What's up, everybody? I'm Gerald Reddick, your favorite thousandaire, because I'm not a millionaire yet. And today we're going to discuss 9 things you can do to be better prepared for a recession. Hello YouTube, and welcome back to your favorite thousandaire. I'm always excited to share, and in today's times, people are going through it financially all over the world. So my goal with this channel is to give you guys simple and practical things that you could use to get better with finances. Because let's face it, if you have a lot of questions about surviving right now, it's probably because of things you are doing or not doing, and most of that is the result of basically being uneducated about finances. So my goal here is to share my personal experiences and things I know, but in a very simple way to help you guys. So first, let's talk about what is a recession. Recession.
A period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters.
In other words, the poo-poo didn't hit the fan and the economy sucked for 6 months in a row. Before we get into our 9 topics today, please do me a favor. Go down below, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any cool videos. So what can we do to better prepare ourselves for a recession, especially when we know it's coming? I'm going to talk about 9 things here today, and those are: number 1, starting a budget; 2, minimizing spending; 3, setting up emergency funds; number 4, paying off debt; number 5, networking; 6, building up your skills; 7, updating your resume; number 8, using company perks; and number 9, my favorite, investing. Let's get into it. Topic number 1, starting a budget. That's right, folks. Starting a budget is very, very important. I can't stress it enough. A lot of people take this very basic principle of finance for granted. In the case of what's going on right now, we pretty much are already in a recession, regardless of the technical definition. So the same principles apply. And one of the first things we can do is start a budget. Now, I can't stress this enough that that is one of the most basic principles of finance you could do for yourself. And that's basically you figuring out how much you make minus how much you spend, which equals how much you have left. The question is, what do you do with what you have left, or how to even manage your money in the first place? Start a budget. Here I'm going to give you a list of some ways that budgeting will help. You'll be able to analyze your spending to see where to adjust. It should also help you curb compulsive shopping. You'll definitely identify ways to save. You may even have to update your financial plan from its current status. You'll be able to set financial goals, which will prepare you for the future better. Your stress level will go down. That's a plus side, of course. And budgeting is an overall better way of accounting for your money. So what are some ways not budgeting will hurt you? Well, you'll lose track of spending. You'll have no clue where to adjust, of course. You'll be more of a compulsive shopper, hardly saving any money. Usually won't have a financial plan, which leads to no financial goal setting because you're too busy living paycheck to paycheck, and you'll be unprepared for the future. Talk about your stress level going up, and you may even become depressed. And at best, not budgeting sucks. It's a bad accounting idea. You should minimize your spending. Now, I know that breaks a lot of people's heart, but remember, discipline equals success. So let's talk about some ways you can minimize spending. Shop with a list. Don't shop hungry. Use cash only. Maybe some discount codes. Have no shop days. Use an envelope system. Maybe you can price shop. What about removing cards from accounts? Have an accountability partner. Make a budget. Freeze credit cards. Buy out of season. Cancel any unnecessary subscriptions. And use the savings games. Now, I like this because using the savings games will replace the compulsive spending. So you could use the 52-week challenge, for example, or have end of receipt games, like when they give you a receipt and they say,
you save $15.20.
Well, take the $15.20 in cash and save it in a jar, in another account, or whatever. Or play the match game. Hey, if you save $10, I'll give you half for every $10 you save. So by minimizing your spending is a great way to improve on your finances. Moving on to topic number 3 though is setting up emergency funds. Now I can't stress that enough because a lot of people take that for granted. You may have heard it's good to save 3 to 6 months to a year of all of your expenses, and that could be considered your emergency fund. And what we're going to talk about, what constitutes emergencies. Saving for emergencies is so important because there are things that happens that we can anticipate, and then there are things that it just catches us by surprise, like right now during this current pandemic. So I'm going to list some ways of why should you prepare for emergencies. So let's get into it. What if it's a slow season? How about if you have to take a pay cut? What if you get laid off or a major appliance breaks? What about auto repairs? What if your business or the business you work for goes out of business? How about if the AC heater breaks? Or you may have to help a family member out. You perhaps may need capital for your business to get you through the rough times. What about emergency medical or disaster strikes? Maybe you'll have to pay a deductible. What if your wife wants to shop? What if your daughter wants? You know what? Let's move on. So here on topic number 4, we're going to talk twofold about paying off debt because at the time of the video, it was really based on things you could do before a recession. And now we're going to talk about that and things you could do in a recession because we're pretty much already here. So beginning with before a recession, one of the things you could do is pay off debt or pay down debt. And you can use 2 methods. Method number 1 is called the snowball method. And this is basically you're paying down all of your debt according to the smallest balance all the way to the biggest balance. But using the avalanche method is paying off debt according to the largest interest rate down to the smallest interest rate. Again, all of that's going to be dependent on your goals, your plan, and what your financial needs are. Another thing you can do before a recession is refinance. What about canceling or paying off credit cards? You should move any investments to cash as necessary. And of course, look for ways to invest. Those opportunities are going to come up. So you should be kind of doing homework in front of the recession. I'm going to rip through this next part pretty fast. So during a recession, it's going to be financial status dependent on what you can accomplish. So you'll have to adjust to your personal financial situation accordingly. One thing you should definitely think about is making minimum payments. I know a lot of people on their ventures to get out of debt, they like to make extra payments towards car notes and mortgage payments, but that's not a priority during a recession because cash is king and you need it to survive in the event of furloughs, layoffs, or cutbacks or something like that. Another thing you want to do during a recession is refinance. Not only will it help take the squeeze off your budget, but it's definitely an opportunity to take advantage of lower interest rates. Of course, you should be minimizing credit card use. The idea here is to keep the debt down, and you don't want to be maxing out credit cards during that time, making another squeeze on your budget. And of course, there will be a great opportunity to invest during a recession because things like stocks and real estate prices will fall. You can certainly look for an opportunity to increase your business efforts or invest in a new business, maybe even latch on to a partner at that time. So there's a lot of opportunity in a recession. It's not all gloom and doom, but you want to do some things to get through it a little bit more smoothly. For topic number 5, we're going to discuss networking because it is so powerful. Now, I'm a professional DJ and I am in network with venue owners, wedding planners, and other DJs, photographers, and all kind of people who are involved in the wedding and entertainment industry. What that does for me is gives me more business by way of referrals or partnering up with certain people. That's a good thing to do. But let me give you some networking tips so you guys don't lose your etiquette with that. Be on time. Share your passion. Leverage social media. Don't ask for a job. That's not what you're there for. You're basically there to make connections. Let the other person speak. Don't hijack the conversation. Ask easy questions. And basically, don't waste time. You're there to network, talk about whatever, share, connect, and then keep it moving. And of course, follow up. A lot of times people switch contact info cards, whatever, and we leave and depart ways and don't follow up. But follow up, that's how you keep the networking going. Tip number 6, building up your skill set. Very important. So why should someone keep or hire you in a recession? Well, let's talk about that. There are unique and critical skills you may have. Are you continuing your learning? Be versatile. Do you have mentors and role models that can help sharpen you and shape you? Master a key position. Shorten your learning cycle. Be curious and be highly dependable. In other words, when it comes down to layoffs and cutbacks, the employers are going to look around for who's the least essential. So with all the things that I just listed, by doing that or being in those positions, it will help you with retention. But if you're just the one who just basically shows up for the job and, you don't have any skin in the game and you're just there to be working and that's it, when they look to cut, they're going to cut the least essential personnel. So topic number 7, updating your resume, goes right along with topic number 6, which is building your skill set. So during a recession or before a recession, perhaps you've taken a new college course and earned another degree or certificate or something like that. You want to update your resume. Perhaps you even gained a new trade skill or worked another job since your last resume was submitted. So you want to update that. So when you're looking for new opportunities, you are ready on deck with a resume to say, hey, here are my credentials. Let's set up an interview and talk about it and how I can help you with your business and all that blah, 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 blah. Almost done, guys. Hang in there. Number 8, use company perks. Now, this is pretty important too, because when a recession is on the way, you can kind of anticipate certain things like layoffs, all kind of things will slow down, et cetera, et cetera. So what are some key company perks that you could use? Number 1, you should definitely take advantage of medical and dental, because if you have that and you're not utilizing it, perhaps you may be the one laid off, and after that you'll have to find your own medical and dental insurance plan. So use the company perks. 401k match, paid vacation. What about Social Security or bonuses? Take advantages of raises. Maybe you can get discounts or meals. Some companies have flexible hours and scheduling. They may have childcare available for you, facility access or equipment access. What about tuition, life insurance, per diem, or unemployment? So as you can see from the list that I just put up, there are lots of company perks that you may take advantage of before you potentially lose them by way of a layoff or, the business goes out of business. So again, I reiterate, use company perks while they exist. What does this button do? Okay, everybody, we have reached the last topic, and that is, wait for it, invest. Yeah. One of my favorite topics here, because I'm an active investor and I love nothing more than to see money growing faster than it does in my savings account. When a recession happens, there are going to be opportunities. For example, the housing market is going to be a little bit cheaper than normal because people are looking to sell. They get desperate. They need cash or whatever the case is. So real estate is a good place to invest. The stock market falls, of course, also during a recession. So you should definitely be doing your homework beforehand on certain companies you may be interested in investing. So when them stocks fall, you buy low. When everything's good, you sell high. Buy low, sell high, and hit repeat, right? And then another thing you can invest in is business. Now, during a recession, certain businesses will slow down or even come to a halt. There will be other businesses that actually close their doors for good because, of other things, bad business plan or whatever. But for you, a recession could be an opportunity to discover something you can start that answers or serves a lot of people's needs, right? So you should definitely look for ways to invest during a recession because things are going to relatively cost lower than they would when business is booming or the economy is booming. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I hope this video helps you in some way to improve financially. And if you like this video, then smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and of course turn on the notifications so you don't miss any cool videos when we put them out here on Your Favorite Thousandaire. I'm Gerald Reddick, your favorite thousandaire, because I'm not a millionaire yet, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Let's go on a journey. Let's get rich together. Invest. 9 things you could do. I'm Gerald Reddick, your favorite thousandaire, because I'm not a millionaire yet and I'm scratching my face for some reason because I'm itching. All right. Blooper.